Well, it's a new recording session, and two things are being changed. One, I don't have lemonade. I do have strawberry lemonade, so I'm using that in my drink of still Midori, and now strawberry lemonade. And another thing, so I'm gonna do more alcohol. Call this a dumb idea or not, but whatever. I've got like, what's this called? Kikusui Perfect Snow Sake is the first alcoholic drink I ever got. In fact, both alcoholic drinks I purchased thus far, in my legal ability to, I haven't been carded neither time, for whatever reason. And when I reach an end of day, I will be taking a little bit of a drink of the sake. So until that's it. Until it's empty. There's not that much left, but at the same time, there's enough in there to get me, a little bit going. Good evening. Huh? I didn't expect you today. I was waiting for you to call and say you wouldn't be coming or something. Things at the Apollo Bank are getting ugly, so that means more people will be looking for a drink. You could take a break, I'm quite the hard worker. And the streets are not exactly safe right now. They've never been when you get down to it. And besides, I can't afford to not come with the bar closing soon. I wonder if any bar has used impending closure as a means of getting their employees to work. Seems like the total opposite would happen. Not to mention I get bored out of my brains in my apartment, so I'd rather come here anyway. What'd you say? Nothing important. Jill isn't back yet. Nope, wouldn't worry too much about him though. If you say so. That girl's still here. Yup, she was sleeping so peacefully I felt bad about waking her up. So, would you mind doing that for me? Actually, yes, I mind. But you're the boss, and it's kinda my fault she's here in the first place. Sorry about that. Hey, young lady, sleep another hour and we'll have to start charging you for a motel fee. Where am I? Oh, right. Shoddy downtown bar. Let's see, all my gear is in place, and neither my pants nor my panties, shirt, or bra have been displaced. Oh, it's the flat bartender. Good morning. Good evening. Evening? Oh, well, it's the best day of sleep I've had in quite some time. Sorry for all the trouble I may have caused you for today or last night. Don't worry. You're so nice, flat bartender. Thanks for taking care of me. Bye. Okay, cool. Hello, guys and gals. Stringy Chan's back in action with her batteries reloaded. Ah, the moon, it burns. I feel like I've just unleashed something terrible into the world. You sure did. Come on, it's not that bad. Say, what's this bottle? Man, content creators are the fucking worst. A client gave it to me yesterday. A gift of sorts, I'm guessing. Oh, cool. It's some sort of rum. Rum? Nice. Want me to serve you a bit of it? Yeah, sure. Let's give boss some rum. Go to the bottled drinks. And, drag it to the shaker before mixing. So this is the sort of tutorial would have given you if you didn't, purchase the Mulan tea and give it to, Kiramiki beforehand. So let's just... And, take a drink myself. Here's to the first drink of this recording session. Hell yeah. Here. Alright. And all that Midori is on top. So I tasted just mostly it and not much of the strawberry lemonade. I fucking love strawberry lemonade. I'm gonna enjoy this in my office. Thanks. Anytime. Okay then. Time to serve, mix, and change lives. I was a little bit worried I was reading it wrong, but no, it was wrong. Wait, that's not how it goes. No one's here to retort. Man, it feels lonely without Jill here. I just hope the relentlessness in the streets doesn't lead to dangerous or weird types coming here. Good evening. Holy shit, that was a record-breaking jinx. Welcome to Valhalla. What can I get you? I'll have a blue fairy. Don't make a joke about becoming real. Don't make a joke about becoming real. On it. Let's give this some brain a blue fairy. At least it's very, is it a he? Is it a she? I don't really know. It's a brain. It's kind of hard to tell. Well, let's load it up. As usual, optional karmatrine obviously means, load it up. And, at least this brain knows what exactly they want. I know what I want. That's not a drink of this, but I'm gonna take it anyway. All aged and mixed. Alright, here goes. Here you go. Nice, yeah. This is the thing. So, how are you gonna... Oh, you can grab stuff. Should have figured as much. You can drink stuff. And eat. I have the same system little of them do. Can I ask you something, Miss... Call me Taylor. Just Taylor. And yes, a cutie like you can ask me anything. Okay, Taylor. You have to be the first person I've met that didn't go, okay, just Taylor. Nah, too easy. You are a brain in a jar, right? I'm sure not a hologram. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yup, I'm a bona fide human brain in a jar. That's rad. So, how? Why? What, does my handsomeness make you speechless? You're not something a girl sees every day, and that's saying quite a bit in these parts. Fear not, for I have a speech prepared for these situations. Speech. You're seeing one of the 5 great living bottle brains of the world. We are brains living in conditions that allow us to exist as any other humanoid creature. All while computers in our jars scan our activities. In a slow but steady manner, we are helping the world understand the inner workings of nature's most complex computer. I'm guessing you prepared that after being asked the same question too many times, huh? Not out of exasperation or anything like that, mind you. I just wanted to have something thoughtful prepared. Look, I even have a couple of pamphlets with me. You want one? Sure. What brings one of our world's 5 brains in a jar like in a place like this? Oh, I did not read that right. Oh, I'm from around here actually. I just wanted to take a walk for the first time in quite a bit of time. Have you come here before? Sadly, no, otherwise I'd remember a cute face like yours. Speaking of which, can I have your name? It's Jill. Jill, that's a really cute name. Thank you. Say, weren't you scared of going outside today, what with the commotion all around and all? Didn't stop you from coming here either, did it? Yeah, you're right. It's gonna take more than cryptic but ominous news to stop me. You're awfully energetic, did you know that? Sorry, does that bother you? You know, I don't actually remember whether Taylor identifies as a male or female, or even identifies as anything at all. Considering like how Taylor is actually quite a unisex name, and nothing Taylor said could really have you distinguish what they identify as, which, you know what, that's fine. That's completely fine. And yeah, I know you could say like, oh, Taylor said, oh, I'm so handsome. So what? You never seen a handsome woman? So what? Who the fuck cares? It's just a word. While I was alive, my body got to a point where there wasn't much I could do. This new state of existence allows me to accomplish more than I ever could before. Plus, I'm doing something that'll help people in the long run. Wouldn't you be happy? I wonder. Do you want to make me happy, Jill? Depends on what it takes. Don't worry, just give me a beer. Alright, then yeah, I'll make you happy. I don't remember if I didn't make the blue fairy big. God damn it, I'm gonna make this one as big as I fucking can. Let's see, 2 of those, 4 of those. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. 2 of those, 4 of those. I was too worried on making it as alcoholic as possible that I forgot to, make it big. Which is really what matters. Because money... Here's the money. Here, a beer. Ah, yes. No matter what happens, beer is always good. It's interesting, though. Just yesterday I was talking to a client about brain uploads. You were? Yeah, we were talking about how, even if you upload your brain, you'd still be here. I thought about that, too. Well, in Taylor's case, it would just be upload. Do you think the you in the cybernetic environment would feel like she was indeed transferred? Like, would you remember everything? Like waking up someplace else and so on? That's an interesting question. I was actually thinking earlier about being able to transfer someone's brain into a Lilim. One of the brains is being used in such an experiment, actually. They can make a functional Lilim. Unfortunately, the wiring and other such stuff makes it look more like creepy than anything. They aren't transferring his identity or anything, though, just wiring him to a body. Oh. You think someone would rather do that than float around exposed in a jar? I have to admit the whole brain thing does look creepy. But the body I'm telling you about is just uncanny looking. Speaking of uncanny, how did you feel when you saw yourself like this for the first time? It was quite a shock, actually. Didn't last too long, though. I never was to attach my body. Later in my life, that was almost literal. You know what the downside to this body is? I can't get drunk. If you want to call that a downside, if you wanted to drink alcohol for the taste, there are many alternatives. Drunkenness is part of the whole experience. Why, though? Lilim can get drunk with no problem. Yeah, but in their case, their brain's a computer attached to their body. Getting drunk causes their brains to reduce the input speed to their bodies. Depending on the model, their drunk subroutine might throw in a different behavioral cycle, even. It's hard to get drunk when the whole point of you being in a jar is figuring out exactly how you work. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Jill! Oh, Alma. Alma, where's the courtesy one would expect from plebeian bar staff? Talking about Hala, what can I get you? Happy? Not when you put it that way. Why, hello there, beautiful. Whoa! You hurt my feelings with that, darling. Sorry, you don't see talking disembodied brains every day. I mean, I did work a summer a little on maintenance, but even then, those were talking heads. Oh, don't worry about it. At least you're not running or fainting. Your name was Alma, right? I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you, Taylor. Say, Alma, can I buy you a drink? Sorry, I only date people who are at least 50% organic and have at least one face. Are you saying you won't date a Lilim? Fuck is wrong with you? I know just what to strive for then. Just kidding. It'd make me happy to make you happy by buying you a drink. Does that bother you? I guess if Jill's the bartender, I don't have a problem with that. Awesome, I'll pay for your next drink then. What will you have? I'll have a Cobalt Velvet. And you, Taylor? I'm fine, actually. You gonna have me drink alone? I don't want to drink that much. Okay, then. Cobalt Velvet straight from Taylor to Alma. That'll be 2 Adelhyde, 3 Flarenergy, that being the green one, and 5 Karmatrine. Of which I will definitely make big. Come on, yeah. Alright, so all on the rocks and mixed. Here's to the Cobalt Velvet. Yeah, I got a piece of ice in there. Your drink. Hope you enjoy it. You know, you've been nicer to me these past minutes than at least 3 guys have been in the last year. Judging from the way you two talk, I'm guessing you've been a client here for a while now, right? Only for about half a year or so, if memory serves right. Really? One would think it's been longer. Feels like it's been longer. Shut up, you love me and you know it. So, you just started coming here and that was it? Well, the first time I came here, the other guy, speaking of which, where's Pablo? Jillian. Archimedes. Dunno, adventuring or something. Anyways, the other guy served me the first time I came here, nothing unusual there. The next time I showed up, Jill was here. Jill here was the one serving, and I don't know, I feel like she just gets me. There's this chemistry. We click, she says. The fact that I feel more chemistry with her than many other people is kind of sad, though. It's always good to see a nice friendship. Sadly, it's getting late and I've gotta go. I'll leave you 2 lonely ladies alone. Lovely ladies. I was jumping the gun with my words there, just combining things. Lovely ladies alone. See ya. Bye. Please come again. That Taylor sure was nice. Bit weird at first, though. Apparently one of 5 brains being studied by scientists or something. There's a summary of it in this pamphlet. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've heard of them before. Can't believe I actually met one. Hey Alma, is your family really strict or something? Not particularly. No, why? The other day you started mumbling something about numbers not caring about what you do. About a 27 not caring if you have a Catholic wedding or not. Oh god, it's not the numbers thing. Yeah, my family isn't strict per se, but my mom can be really abrasive. To her, the fact that I'm this old and not married or pregnant is a sign that I'm never gonna have kids. Never mind the fact that she already has 3 grandkids. I love her, but she could be, well, ugh. Yeah, kinda get that. You also said the words, I was a blossoming woman, and I wasn't gonna stand for it. After talking about some 8th grade teacher. Yeah, that. You see, back when my body started developing, I got really shy. But at some point, something snapped within me. I wasn't feeling shy anymore, I felt powerful. My body felt like a new toy to me, one I was gonna make sure to use. Of course, there were 2 problems with that idea. I was a teen, a horny teen, and I was surrounded by horny teens. Not even ashamed, I still stand by the core moral I held back then. But it's one of those memories that you look back into and become terrified of how reckless you were. I mean, I could have gotten pregnant. Or worse. At that age, I was always dressed in black and was obsessed with occultism. The worst I remember was being the butt of other kids' jokes. Well, you know how the old adage goes, don't compare your life to others. You don't know what they've been through. Nah, I wasn't comparing. Just wondering if some of that self-esteem thing would have helped me back then. Speaking of family, today I came because I needed a break from everything that's been going on with them. Do you live with them? No, but Avita and Bernie do. Not to mention I visit them almost every day. Anyway, my second oldest sister, Diana, just separated from her husband. It's not even been a week, but she's already got some other guy in her bed. She left her kid with her husband's parents and pretty much forgot about them. Damn! Never mind the fact that they need to go to school and all that. Damn! Diana's life has always been messy, but these days she's really making it big. She wants time for herself, to live her life. She didn't even think about all that when she married the guy at 20. Damn, 20? She didn't think about that when marrying a guy she had only known for 3 months? The fuck? You should take your own advice. Hey, I'd never marry someone who could catch my attention so quickly, okay? Sure, there was a one time when it almost happened, but I blame the damn stadium kiss cam. Kiss cam? I was going out with a guy my little sister introduced me to me. Seems he was her friend's brother or something. We went out a couple of times and he invited me to a basketball game. The mood was nice, but then later, the kiss cam focused on us and instead of kissing me, he proposed. I almost got caught in the mood and accepted. Huh. So I take it you rejected him? In a stadium. On the fucking kiss cam. We went out for like 3 weeks. I don't know, maybe he wanted to get in my pants with the old sex on the wedding night line. But honest to God, can't understand why he thought it would be a good idea. That sounds too convoluted, you know. Proposing and waiting for the wedding night just for sex. Never underestimate the length a man is willing to go to get you in their bed. I've seen more convoluted plots over the years. Feeling tempted to ask, but I'll pass. Want anything else? What's that bottle? Oh yeah, it's just some rum a client gave me yesterday. A gift? What did you do? Good enough service, I'm guessing. Kasike. Huh, interesting name. What does it mean? Kasika is the name of the chieftain in some native tribes. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm trying my best here. I see. Do you want me to serve you some of this? I'll pass. I don't have too many good memories with rum, where rum is involved. Give me a fringe weaver instead. Well, yeah. Alright. Nice. So, fringe weaver. But anyway, wonder what's up with her and rum. That'll be under the F category, because it starts with F. So being a fringe... So you don't want to get rum, but you want just pure alcohol? Sure, man, I guess. Whatever you want. So that's 18, and that's 2, all aged and mixed. And speaking of alcohol, here's to this drink. Ugh. One fringe weaver. What kind of memories do you have with rum? Nothing you need to worry about. Okay. Alright, now's my turn to ask the questions. About what? What kind of family is your family? Well, I'm an only child. My mom and dad split amicably. My mom is a violinist, so she was always away from home with the orchestra. I spent most of my time with my dad, my aunt, and my grandpa. Aside from that, I'd say my childhood was quite uneventful. Huh. Didn't you get something like your mom's artistic vein or something? I played with the violin until I was around 16, I think. What made you stop? I don't know. I just kind of said, that's it, and one day just stopped. What about cousins or the rest of your family? I see very little of them, actually. Mainly because my dad moved away from most of them. Most of my mom's family live in France to boot. So your mom's French? Yep. Can you speak French? I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not even going to attempt. Oh, what does that mean? Rubbish? I don't know, I can't speak French. I did try though, but college started and I stopped taking classes. Funny thing, I actually have a cousin from my mom's side that lives close by. But you'll be hard pressed to make me spot him in a crowd. Kinda lucky, you know, all of my mom's side of the family lives here. The chances of me meeting someone I'm related to on the street are ridiculously high. But yeah, that's the primer of my family. Nothing too interesting, sadly. Your mom's a French violinist and you call that uninteresting. I'm wondering if your family has ever made a fuss about you being a hacker. Hacker makes it sound too exotic. It's like if I called you a mixologist. Please don't. Ever. Sounds like something somebody would say to make bartender sound sophisticated. See? I mean, hacker is a good way to summarize it. It's also a good song by Death Grips, but it's not the best. I'm a security consultant. People want to find flaws in the security of their systems, and I do my best to pinpoint where it breaks. Be it Glitch City or anywhere else in the world, they need security. I'm their woman. You've told quite a few stories about cracking into databases to retrieve info like some sort of mercenary, though. That doesn't change the fact that hacker is not the best term to use. It makes the whole thing sound illegal when it's actually an honest job. Didn't you tell me you once secured some incriminating pics from a guy's cell phone? A mostly honest job. Sheesh. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or crossword with me. But at some point, they started feeling kind of samey. So when I started college, I took a course on system security. It felt like the kind of puzzle I was looking for. I mean, there are all kinds of things involved in breaching net security. You need to attack this stuff from different angles. And it's something that's always evolving. The whole point of everything is to strengthen security. Every time you think you've got the gist of it, they change everything. So it's kind of like an always evolving puzzle. A puzzle I help make harder at that. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. It is less actiony than what movies make it up to be, though. No real-time frantic typing, nothing like that. Still, seeing my code break through something, it's an amazing feeling. Do we have anything else? I'll have a classy drink. Any classy drink. Here goes nothing. So I don't think I've said this before, but you can make a secret drink. A drink called a Flaming Moai. I don't know how to make it. I don't want to make it. What you do is that whenever you have an opportunity presented to you to make a Flaming Moai, it unlocks a secret character that you can have a discussion with. These are characters that I think are cameos from other games, like other indie games from around the time that this was coming out. But that means drinking more, and I don't want to do that. So we got 250, 250, 280. Ooh. 260 and 250. So I'm gonna go with the Cobalt Velvet because it is classy, and I'm gonna make it big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I know how to count. That's a good thing to know how to do. All on the rice. Rice? Yes, all on the rice and mixed. Actually, the sake I have actually has bits of rice in it. Anyway, Cobalt Velvet, sir. I didn't actually read that. Here you are. Yep, just what I needed. Thanks. Ugh. Say, Jill, what's the worst that could happen if you don't get your drinks right? Well, people have the right to not give me money. If they don't pay for it, I don't get my bonus. No bonus means less money and no tips, which doesn't help because I have to pay bills. Ah, I see. Do you have to make an effort to pay your bills? Nope. You have no idea how much I hate you right now. Well, my job pays pretty well. Fuck. And I'm not the kind to spend too much on things other than food and bills. unlike me, which I'm looking at all my vices surrounding me. Oh man, so many anime figures. Maybe maintenance on my hands and new equipment, but aside from that, yo, robotic hands, I'm into that. Hell yeah. Oh, I know. If you have trouble with your bills, why not live with me? We could be roommates. Dunno. Moving my stuff through the stairs because the elevator is broken. Having to move my liquor collection. Never mind. Yeah, that sounds like it would be really easy to break a lot of that. It is glass after all. Never mind the fact that my cat's a shut-in that got very upset the one time I moved some furniture around. Their idea of moving just gives me a headache. You shouldn't take things so seriously when I say them, you know? I don't, but I've thought about it before. Now I need some air. I'm gonna take my break. You wanna come? Are you inviting me to the back of the bar? You should invite me to dinner first. Every minute you waste making jokes is time for taking my break. Fine, let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Call me if anyone comes in. Sure, sure. Cold, cold, cold. If you can't tell, it's cold. I think I'm just gonna keep the same soundtrack on. It's too much effort and time taken to just keep rechanging the soundtrack. I think I've already played every song so far that I have unlocked. So I'm just gonna keep it as is. Whatever. It sure is chilly out there. It's kind of refreshing. The hobo out there seems like a nice guy. Billy Vine? Yeah, he's a cool guy. Very respectful. Apparently he got into some legal trouble and that's why he's like that. Really. He could also just be a very nice crackhead, though. I have a cousin that lives like a hobo, actually. Really. It's a bit complicated, though. Problem is, his family has tried to get him to live with them, but his pride won't let him accept their help. He'd rather live on the streets for some reason. Can't... Oh, don't have to pay bills like that. You can't tell with some people, sadly. Why did he become a hobo in the first place? Bad investments and debts. Bank evicted him from his house. Oh. It's a serious problem because he has epileptic attacks and refuses to take his medication. I just don't get what's up with him. Honey, some service here. I'm here. Don't scream. Uh-huh. Were you two hanging out at the back of the bar? What kind of stuff were you doing? Just talking. Is that what they call it these days? What do you want? Something soft, something sweet. No alcohol, please. Wouldn't it be the same if you just grabbed a soda from a vending machine? But I like you. But I'll make her cry. Do you dislike my presence so much? Sweet non-alcoholic, you say. Alright. So, she is looking for a, I think, blue fairy? With optional karmatrine. Yeah, basically what you want is a drink with optional karmatrine. And just don't put karmatrine in it. So that should be good enough. Age, mix. And here's to an alcohol-free blue fairy, unlike my drink, which is not alcohol-free. Which I kind of don't like. Alcohol's overrated. The more I drink, the more I'm like, man, I really don't care for this feeling. Here, like you asked. See? You don't get this kind of treatment from vending machines. Unless you're Lawrence. But he has this weird idea that good service is the same as selling lukewarm cans of soda. Lawrence? A friend of mine. He's a vending machine. Oh. Oh, but how impolite of me. I'm lovely, and my name's Dorothy. Dorothy Hayes. Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Alma. Pleasure's mine. Dorothy, you say? Yep. Why? Nothing. I guess I've heard about you before. Really? What kind of stuff? Tell me. Mostly about your, pluckiness. And here I was thinking it was because I'm a sex worker. So much for trying to be subtle. Hey, I take pride in my job, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. Isn't it dangerous? I know how to take care of myself. Thank you very much. Where do you work, Alma? I'm a hacker. Really? Full-fledged hacker? Not... You know, even though earlier she was saying, like, oh, I'm a security consultant, she's sitting here saying, oh, I'm a hacker. Well, I guess it's easier to explain and easier to get for the layman. Not the kind that sees a computer logged into some account and says that's hacking, right? No, of course not. I've always been curious about how being a hacker works. Do you just start typing really fast while waiting for something to happen? No. I can explain, but I don't know if you'll get it. You won't know until you try, right? Last time I said that, I had to jam the plastic replica of a halogen light bulb up a grown man's ass. It was a success! Okay then, let me try to explain it in general how it works. Let's say I have to retrieve information from a company's database. Alright? First I do some research on the target, OS, servers, how the information is stored and all that. There have been a couple of occasions where I had to go in blind, but they're the exception rather than the rule. First I secure things from my side. I start working behind proxies, websites, and through other more vulnerable computers I find on the way. After that I start testing the networks. I go through the basic protocols, try known exploits as long as they don't trigger any alarm. Once I've tested the ground, the fun starts. I go through all the security protocols and look to bypass them. Sometimes I have to look deeper into the code for the password itself. I see. Then, when I'm finally in, I go and retrieve the user privileges. After that, I go and try to become a super user and get what I need. How do you do that? Well, a couple of ways. I can use a pre-made program to hack into an already existing account. I can use info someone already gave me. But the usual way is using a buffer overflow. Buff. What happens next? I create a backdoor in the system before leaving and covering my tracks. I can't handle it anymore. Alma, hack me like you've never hacked anything before. Make my buffer overflow, create a backdoor in me, escalate your user privileges, find flaws in my security. Sorry, I got carried away. No shit, what happened? Have you seen those movies or books where a couple does something like paint a picture or cook, but they make it sound like they're having sex instead? Suggestive scenes, yeah. Well, that whole thing was kinda like that for me. Really. I guess humans don't really get it because their minds don't upload to networks or anything. But trust me, if you recorded yourself giving a really detailed explanation in a really sexy voice, you'd make millions horny Lilum or an unexploited market. I see. Oh, looks like my ride is here. Your ride? Yep, my brother-in-law came to look for me. Is it alright to ask that from him? It's okay, I've known him since preschool. It just so happened that he got married to my sister. Hey Dorothy, you need a ride? Can you drop me by 3rd Street? Sure, it's on the way. Yay, I'll take your offer then. Bye, honey. Later, Jill. Take care. Street seems noisy. Oh, a client. Hello, welcome to Valhalla. What can I get? Such a small yet comfortable place. Truly an oasis of spiritual drinks in the midst of the suburban desert. A place where lost and corrupt souls can gather to forget their troubles for a while. You're a fucking asshole. I hate you already. A nest where everyone from the most pathetic scum to the vilest trash junkies can just sit to kill their insides. Truly a real persona non grata. That's Latin for mysterious place, by the way. I'm so smart and philosophical. Alright, we got ourselves a persona non grata here. Well, yeah, then. 17. Excuse me? I said 17. 7 plus 10. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Just to be sure, 17 is about the drink you want, right? Only if you want it to be. Fuck this guy. This guy's an asshole. So here's the thing. 17 could mean two things. It could mean he wants a piano man, because it's the 17th drink. He does not, in fact, want a piano man. What he does want, is a drink with optional karmatrine. So I'm going to make a big one of these, because that's what I'm recommended to make. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And so that's 12. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 karma trade. This gives you, if you know how to count, which I'm hoping you do, and I'm expecting you to do, 17 ingredients. So I need all aged and mixed, and that is a fluffy dream. Okay, explain. Total of ingredients here add up to 17. Beautiful. And what brings it here, Mr. I'm Armandio. Virgilio Armandio. See, I introduced myself using the Asian order because that's a lot more polite. Fuck you. Right. And I came here looking for an otherworldly experience. I was passing by and saw this place is called Valhalla. I want to see the souls of resting warriors, the wounded spirits of noble souls. The golden hall full of never-ending banquets, the lively Valkyries looking over them. We have some arcade machines on the corner. No. You're taking me too literally. You see, I'm being poetic. I'm giving a mystical air to a mundane affair. I wanted to see drunk people. I wanted to see waitresses and food. I want to see the bar in all of its decadent glory. Well, you're out of luck. Today's been quite the slow day. Not that I'm very surprised, given how things have been going in the streets, though. Humans are a nasty bunch, that much is true. Making a ruckus, coming at each other. But that's to be expected from the only mammal to kill its own. Bullshit. That shit ain't true. Ever heard of lions? I'm no zoologist, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Oh yeah? Then give me an example, not zoologist bartender. Like I said, I don't know the exact details. I just know that isn't right. I think it's lions. One of the big cats. One of the big cats I know for a fact. I'm pretty sure it's the lion. That when it becomes the leader of its group, it kills the children of other males. So that way only its genetics will be carried forward. That's fucking false. Also, giraffes, like when they battle each other with and swing at each other with necks, guess what? They can like fucking destroy each other's necks and die. It's fucked up. What else is there? Pretty much animals with horns. There's always the possibility that when they attack each other, that they can just gore each other really badly. It's not. Also, isn't it spiders? Like, the women bite off the heads of the male. This is fucking false. It's bullshit. If memory serves right, once a lion takes over pride... Yeah, even... So Jill... Oh, yeah, this is also in this game. But I gave other examples as well. Every cub born from another lion is killed, or something. Takes over pride. You can't take over pride. Pride isn't a tangible thing. You need to stop making things up, not zoologist bartender. Get the fuck out the bar. But going back on topic, do you know what the number 17 means? The atomic number of chlorine? No, and Chloe is not a name, not a number, you know. Oh, so you're just uneducated. So you're a fucking hack. In the group where halogens are in the periodic table? Stop making up words like halogens, periodic, and table. Okay then, I give up. 17 is us. Huh? Every human has 17 pairs of chromosomes. That number is the whole foundation of you and me. It's 23. What is? Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, not 17. I believe this guy is 17. Well, they're both primal numbers, so it's the same idea. Primal. Do you want anything else? I like a single plum, floating in perfume, served in a man's hat. Okay. He wants a plum, floating, perfume, in a... Son of a bitch! Alright, so luckily, in your bottle drinks, you got a fedora with perfume and a plum. So... here's to literal perfume. Here. Huh, you didn't. Wait, you did. Enjoy. I will. I will drink this, perfume. You don't really have to. Yeah, that'd be silly. You win this round, bartender. Hey, bartender, have you ever thought about death? How? What if we're already dead? Both of us. What? What tells you I even existed before I entered that door? How can you assure me that this reality is real, and we were not, in fact, in heaven or hell all along? What if everything up to this point is just some stupid story written by an unemployed 20-something in his room? I can punch you to make you feel reality. I don't care about any of that shit. This reality is real enough for me, and that's all that matters. Such a closed-minded way of seeing things. You need to get away from the factual facts. Open your mind to things beyond your reach. You'll never reach enlightenment if you don't start. The habanero has started. It means the twilight of the gods in German. Fuck you. Well, you're on your own, bartender. Enjoy your new world order. What? A couple of nearby cars exploded, it seems. Ah, hell. Let's take a look around out the window. Be careful. I see lots of flashes in the distance. Most likely gunshots. Jill, come here a sec. What? About 5 gigabytes of reports. GB? Yeah, gigabyte of reports proving that several White Knight squads have been used to cover. Illegal actions were released to the public by an unknown anarchist group. We're receiving reports of several units going rogue, and using their weapons to hunt down anyone they find in the streets. Several counter-terrorism forces, where did that word come from neighboring cities have been dispatched in order to subdue the crazed units after a plea from the Vice President. We're still waiting for a declaration from Zybotsu Corp's CEO of the subject, but until then, things are ugly in and outside of that bank, it seems. I recommend you stay here tonight. It's too dangerous to even think about going outside. What if they break in? They won't. Even then, the bar is quite the security system. And I'll be here protecting you, as an added bonus. Yeah. I guess I'll stay tonight. I'll get you the spare mattress I have. Do you mind sleeping in my office? No, I guess it's fine. Good. Let's hope everything gets solved by the morning. I'll have Zankanto on hand, just in case. The metal bat with nails? There's nothing it can't bash. Say, Jill, 4. Hope everything's better by tomorrow. Sleep tight. I'll protect you. And that is the first day, which signals me having to pour a little bit of sake out. Oh god. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna drink. Alright. Here's some sake. Oh, it looks like cum. Ugh. Fuck. Rise and shine. God, that taste is lingering in my mouth. It's a little bit warm because it's been sitting outside of the fridge for a little bit. Because it's been on my desk for the past 47 minutes. I don't know if it would get that warm that quickly. There's no ice in it though, so whatever. Good morning. It's 11 a.m. though. That's morning for me on the weekends and any other day. How's everything outside? Still noisy, but forces have been deployed to take care of most of them at least. How so? Zybotsu Corp's president is pleading with anyone to stop the rogue White Knights. Neighboring city forces were deployed quickly and have subdued most of the opposition. There have also been reports of White Knights just freezing, like they were petrified somehow. Make it sound like some god suddenly decided to put everything in place. Well, I'm just glad no bullets are flying in and out of the whole building. Sure, there's still some bad apples out, and it's not really safe yet, but it was worse last night. There also seems to be a civilian force lynching any White Knight they spot. So, not only the White Knight's a problem, regular folks are on edge too. Wonder if Say is okay. Should be worried about Jill. That kid knows how to take care of himself. I'm sure that, whatever it is that he's doing, he's safe. Dare I say even safer wherever he is than here. I sure hope so. Are you gonna work today? Nah, things are too nasty right now. Let's take the Sunday off. Alright. Say, do you want me to help you get to your apartment? Actually, yeah, I'd appreciate that. Okay then, let me lock things up and we'll go. We'll grab something for lunch on the way. Sounds good. And here we are. Home sweet home. Thanks a lot. Hey, boss, wanna hang out for a bit? Yeah, grab a beer, chill out for a bit. Mostly to thank you for helping me. Well, I don't have much to do anyway, so yeah, sure. I did tell you you should invite me to your apartment sometime, didn't I? Oh yeah, you did. What worries me a bit is that beer always leads to something else. To more beer? I was gonna say, to one of us going through the Spanish announcer's table. But I think we're safe here. Come on in then. Excuse me. Want one? Sorry, I don't smoke. Don't mind me though, smoke if you wanna. Thanks. Say, how's the chilly weather treating you? It gets cold from time to time, but nothing that Kotatsu and the heater can't fix. Alright boss, you're not very good with the cold, are you? You know it. You didn't bring a jacket here either. Yeah, I left it at home when going to the bar yesterday. It wasn't that cold and I didn't expect to spend the night at the bar. Would you like a sweater or something? I don't mind me. I insist. I had this hoodie from some time ago and it was too big for me. Why'd you buy it then? It was dirt cheap. Right. Wait, where did you get this one? Dunno, some flea market ages ago. Why? Nothing. It's just like the one I had many years ago. What happened to it? Too much use, it didn't. It just ripped. I see. You can keep it if you want. I never use it anyway. We'll see. Come to think of it, how old are you, boss? I'm eternally 17. Fair enough. 17 plus how much? 17 plus I'd have to cut your tongue off if you knew. Alright. Let me go change into something more comfortable. Take your time. Say, Jill. There's a blue-eyed mass of black fur glaring in my general direction. Oh, that's just 4. He's just wary of any new visitors. Cats will be cats, I guess. They'll warm up quickly, though. Just give him some time. He's unusual looking. Blue eyes on a black cat. They usually have green. Yeah, weird, huh? At first I thought they were like that because he was small, but they just never changed. Do you have any pets, boss? Back at home, we had a bear. I see. What? Good old Bosco. He kept intruders away better than any dog. Right. This picture here isn't something you see every day. What? Me taking such a savvy pic? Nah, framed picture on printed paper. It's so vintage. Who are these? That's, the one on the right is Lenore, my ex-girlfriend. The one on the left is Gabrielle, her sister. Huh. Is this pic recent or... Actually, that one's from 3 to 4 years ago. You look exactly the same. I'm only 27. What'd you expect? That's why they say kids are the ones that get old. I thought it was recent because you don't usually see people displaying pictures of their exes so openly. Let alone a printed and framed one. Did you two break up on good terms, then? You even hesitated a bit when calling her your ex. Let's just say that everything ended with both of us saying mean things. And me storming out of her house, break a couple of things on the way out. Never broke up formally. I guess I still have feelings for her. I just went away. Haven't said a word since. Really? It's hard to picture you doing such a thing. And you look so happy in the pic. Why have her pick out like this then? I just couldn't get my mind off something that Alma said to me. About missing having the warmth of someone else pressed against your side. Using them as a pillow, mixing your perfume with theirs. Putting your head in their chest, listening to their breathing as they pet your head. Dozing off knowing they're there, watching you, protecting you. I don't know, I felt nostalgic, then miserable. I'll just put this away. I've been meaning to apologize, but I feel like it's too late now. Whenever I go out, there's this fear in the back of my head that I'll meet her in the street. I just don't know if I could face her again, let alone talk to her. I'd be a mess. It's never too late to apologize, Jill. Maybe. What's that on the table? Looks like an envelope. It's nothing. Now, please, give that to me. Lope. Alright. I saw nothing. Don't worry. Anyway, let's grab some beers. Guide me. Oh god, this section. What am I gonna do for this? Damn, you have a lot of beer. Well, BTC gives me discounts and a point card and I can use every time I buy their alcohol. Now that beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. So in this section of the game, you got 12 cans, and I'm only going to take a drink when I finish a can, and whenever you press the drink button, you drink 20% of the can. And that beer is actually the cheapest drink I can get. You could just not drink this, but at the same time, a drunk Jill, I'm pretty sure, gives different dialogue. I'm pretty sure. At least I think that's correct. Could be wrong on that front. Is there any difference between the drinks at the bar and these? The drinks at the bar are more addictive, flavorful, and also stronger than those they sell in stores. And besides, the one in the bar is more of a double IPA. This one is more of a Pilsner. In English, please. This one's lighter in color and lighter in flavor. Dunno, it doesn't taste like a lighter to me. Is this one made with that, what's the name of the base liquid you use at the bar again? Nutriogenic dichometrical lidogenol, or NDL. I tried my best, man. It was a supplement or something, right? It was an experimental fluid they created to replace water when the mating kiss polluted water supplies. The effects of pollution turned out to be temporary, so NDL never went into mass production. But the BTC still commissioned it for use in bars. And is this made with that? Let's see. Yep, here it is, near the end. NDL and cornstarch. Cornstarch. It serves as a stabilizer, if I remember correctly. They need it for packaged drinks. I see. I just realized something. What? You're a nerd, Jill. And here's to finishing up my first can of beer. Not that I'm actually drinking beer, though. I've yet to have beer. Whatever. Guilty as charged. I still have that bottle of rum somewhere around. Do you want some of it? Will you have some too? Not really, no. Then leave it like that. I'm not letting you drink beer alone. That's not how drinking with friends work. You consider me friend then, boss? Why wouldn't I? You know, well, with being my boss and all, I was never too sure. Well, in case you had any doubts, yes, I consider you one of my best friends. Besides, you and Jill are always so diligent and responsible that I'm boss in name only anyway. That's good to know. On a side note, it surprised me you kept that poster of me in the room. And even more that you hung it in plain sight. When I gave it to you, it was more or less of a joke, you know? Does it make you uncomfortable? If it doesn't make you uncomfortable, why would it make me uncomfortable? It's my own face. I'm still wondering why you did it, though. Aside from feeling an empty spot in the wall, I don't really know. Thought it was funny, too. I guess it's like if someone gave you, dunno, a dildo-shaped trophy or something and you had it there as a conversation starter. Although, no one comes here anyways, so it's kind of pointless. What? Those steamy nights of passion? Not since a year ago, I think. I'd rather not talk about what happened then. Did someone hurt you? Because if they did, I can go dish out the pain. Nah, nothing of the sort. Different kind of mess. Uncomfortable mess, a not being able to have sex for reasons mess. Glad to know you have my back, though. That's what friends are for. Wait, you talk about the poster and compare it to having a dildo-shaped trophy. Did you just call me a dildo face? That's what friends are for. Hey, boss, be honest with me here. I'm taking small drinks for this because you can potentially have like 12 drinks here, but going by my rules, at least. About what? Who's Jill exactly? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Who the fuck is he? Oh yeah, that. Well, I have a couple of ideas. I know for certain that Jill was in the Hong Kong riots, and he took part in the anti-riot force before defecting. That should give me a clue as to who he is, but so far I've only found about one such defector, and he didn't leave Hong Kong for at least 4 years. I also know for certain that Jill was in England and France during that time frame. And it's always like that. When I think I have a clue as to who he is, something else comes up that contradicts the evidence. That guy's troublesome. A bit, yeah. I wonder if Jill's alright. You worried about him? You make it sound like I'm some emotionless robot. You'd be hard to read. I wouldn't worry about Jill so much, though. There's 3 things I know for certain about him. First, he can take care of himself. Second, you can sincerely trust him. And third, he absolutely hates bell pepper. He does. I've seen him even reject food that has been in contact with it. Man, what a baby. Unless he's allergic or something. He's not. Man, what a baby. How'd you meet such a guy? He showed up in the door of the bar. What? Well, shortly after the whole incident with Robert and the levitation potion. Right, levitation potion. It was a slow day and he just showed up at the bar. I offered him a drink, but he said he didn't have money on him. I couldn't leave him alone, so I pretty much gave the drinks for free. After a couple, he broke down crying. Huh? Here's to another drink. I don't know what he did, but he was really, really regretting it. He wanted a second chance or whatever I told him. And whatever. And I told him if he could wash himself, I'd find him a job. And I'll be damned, he looked totally different the next day. Damn. I tried and failed to find out anything about him. So I decided to take him at face value. I judge him for what he did as an employee. And aside from the occasional sudden escapade, he's been as loyal gets. I returned the favor in kind, covering his ass from time to time, sometimes literally. What surprises me is that you took him in so easily. I can't take care of myself, and I always kept an eye on him. I can take care of myself. And besides, after the whole Robert thing, I couldn't ignore someone that desperate so easily. I see. You made the bar more lively yourself, you know. How so? Well, with the regulars you've earned, of course. Like that blonde titty hacker. I can't remember her name. Alma? I was gonna say Armitage. She's a nice girl, you know. I don't think she's young enough to be called a girl, says the girl who's eternally 17. In any case, she's really lovely. When you hear her speak of her family, she speaks with such love, her face just brightens up. It makes me kind of jealous that she has such a close relationship with them, to be honest. You have bad relations with your family? Not bad, I'm just not exactly close to anyone aside from my mom, dad, and aunt. And back to Alma. I'm really hoping she finds a nice guy to settle with. I mean, she's so bent into finding one, I can't help but want her to succeed. Ah, I see. There's also that sex worker robot girl. Ah, Dorothy. She intrigues me though. I've seen lots of sex workers over the years and she seems pretty giddy. It's not that she likes her job, but rather that she takes it to with such childish excitement. I've kinda noticed that too, but then again, Lilum can be weird. You think? Lilum operated in some weird, really foreign logic. I mean, they don't really share our fear of mortality. Even if their bodies are destroyed, their minds are already backed up by the collective source. If they lose an arm, they can reattach it or replace it. Depending on the circumstances, they might even feel pain at all. Might not even feel pain. It's not like they haven't attained human-like emotions like fear or love, but they're different. Like a different culture, if you must. I didn't see it that way. Aside from that, Dorothy is a DFC-72. It's a social interactions model or something. Lilum get positive reinforcement straight from their bodies if they're fulfilling their main purpose, so I'm guessing she gets a built-in push whenever she's in a meaningful or challenging social interaction. Interesting. The name Lilum is a bit weird though. It is? You'd expect them to be called bots or dolls, but Lilum doesn't convey the image of automatons. Just a tip, bots and dolls are considered slurs by them. Bot is akin to calling them retarded, and doll is like calling them fake. Thanks for the advice. That aside, do you know why they're called Lilum? By the way, I wouldn't normally use that word, but hey, it's in a script. As far as I know, because they all come from a bigger AI called Lilith, and and Lilum are Lilith's offspring in Jewish folklore. Oh, cool. Hey, speaking of names, why don't you like being called by your full name? I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't act stupid. Back when you first transferred, I called you Julianne, and you almost tore me a new one with your glare. See? Like that. It's no big secret, but it's one of those things that feels silly when you say it out loud. Try me. Well, did you ever watch Model Warrior Julianne? Not all of it, but my little sister's a big fan of the reruns. Back when I was in elementary school, I was a huge fan of the show. I had everything, from the dolls to the costumes to the lunchboxes. It didn't help that it was one of those shows that got strapped literally everywhere. Saw a couple of episodes once. They were really nice. It was beyond nice. The show's about a model who could transform into an armor-clad magic knight. She fights demons born from greed and vanity. How the show presented Jules hating her job because it invited enemies. And yet still found solace in trying to be a role model. Hell, the main character wasn't a kid. Julianne was an adult that became younger when transformed. I'd say it was a pretty ambitious kids show, even by today's standards. Just the fact that her enemies were literally issues dealing with beauty standards of body image. Challenging as fuck. Whoa, you got excited there. Down 5 cans. And that is the problem. Back then I was obsessed with Jules. I sang the songs, dressed like her, I could even recite full chapters. Something tells me you still can. That's besides the point. It was nice while I was in elementary school, but then I went to middle school. And what a surprise, tweens are jackasses. They went out of their way to tease me about the things I did back then. I don't hold it against Jules, I always hold my grudge against those fuck jobs. Sounds rough. You know how most girls worry about their thighs at that age? I worried about jerkasses singing the theme tune of the show mocking me. Anyways, every time someone calls me Julianne or Jules, I instinctively react negatively. Pavlov would be proud of me. I never talk about it because I find the whole thing too silly in retrospect. And yet it affects you even today. There's nothing wrong with it though. It's actually kind of reasonable. I sure hope so. Come to think of it, what kind of kid were you, boss? When I was a toddler, I was the kind to always fight with kids bigger than me. Then puberty happened and I became a Merriam-Webster definition of shallow jerkwad. Around the time I turned 16, I realized what an idiot I was and went on to become who I am today. And the less I talk about those years from 12 to 15, the better. Fair enough. So Jill, what kind of guy was your grandpa? He was rough around the edges, the kind of guy that means well even if he says otherwise. He seemed to have a soft spot for me though. One moment, he was congratulating my dad by berating him a little. And the next, he was playing with me. My dad worked a lot and my mom was always traveling, so I spent most of my childhood with him. Can I ask how he died? Out of old age. My dad says his last words are something like this. Fucking scientists created talking mannequins, but they still can't let you upload your brain. Why the question? I'm curious about you, really curious. I just realized, even though we see each other almost every day, I know very little about you. Oh. From what you tell me, though, seems your grandpa's personality rubbed off on you a bit. I've heard that one since I was a kid, actually. You know, boss, I'm a bit curious about your circle of friends. What kind of people do you have in it? Keep in mind, you're included in this circle too, so any insults you hurl will apply right back to you. Anyways, I have this friend I've known for a long time, red-headed, glasses-wearing gun nut called Iris. The one you called for the helmet thing? That one. She's managing a BTC bar in Panama right now, if I remember correctly. She's managing a bar too? I got the idea from her, actually. Oh. It's called Nirvana, and if you thought this city was dangerous... Speaking of Nirvana, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. The same dev of this game, being Sukaban Games, is actually working on a game called Nirvana in the same style of this. However, last I checked, it was on hiatus due to reasons. Various reasons, complicated reasons. So, when that game comes out is when it comes out. I'm looking forward to it, of course, but, well, it'll happen when it happens. You should see the people she has to deal with there. Piracy ain't nothing to fuck with. And means it's an annex to another business. What else does she do there? I think the bar was originally a hotel's bar. She moved the bar to its own building somewhere and opened Nirvana B in the hotel instead. Weird decision. I believe she said she wanted a place away from the noisy rich tourists that go to the hotel. So that bar is her woman cave. Woman cave. That aside, let's see. Friends. I guess there's also my little sister, but that's a given. Ah, there's also my old partner from when I was with the Neo San Francisco Police Force. Good old Lexi. Should have given her a call sometime. Wait, you were in the home? What? I've done lots of things, Jill. I spent a short time collaborating with the police force. I've been a wrestler, an MMA fighter, chimney cleaner, lumberjack, pet shop attendant, a corporate mascot. Corporate what? I still see my face on some websites from time to time. Anyway, aside from you, Jill, my sis, Iris, and Lexi, I guess there are a lot of people that don't want me to see me in harm's way. Mostly because they're the ones that want to hurt me. What about you? I guess I have acquaintances here and there. Back at home in college, I went out a lot, but it felt more like going out was the pleasure rather than the people involved. Aside from you and Jill, my closest friend since moving here is Alma. Oh, and Dorothy. I mean, sure, there's always four, but that cat's a hermit and refuses to go out. And you know, he's a cat. Hey, a cat's fine too, you know. Hey boss, what will you do when the bar closes? I don't know, maybe I'll take a friend's offer of working with her. I was also thinking about going back home and helping with things there. Or maybe going traveling for a while. I see. Oh, but don't worry, bureaucracy's slow as fuck, so they won't close the bar for quite a while. Better enjoy being there while you can. Yeah, maybe. Will you be visiting me in whatever bar I end up working in? I have a bone to pick with the guy that supervises the bar I'm planning to get you transferred to. I go there even though I have virtually no reason to. With you there, I'd have something pleasant to look forward to. You're sending me to someone you have problems with? If I have to trust another bar owner, it's certainly him. He's actually a pleasant boss from what I've seen. The fact that he and I have a tendency to go at each other's throats is an unrelated matter. Trust you on that one then? Don't worry, maybe I can get you a bracelet made out of wood pieces from the bar's counter, or something. And she's drunk as fuck now. We'll see. Hey, I'll tell you what. When the bar closes, let's both take a vacation, go on a trip. That'll clear your mind a bit. Yeah, maybe.